In each episode, we see what's happening in a biblical text and how it sheds light on Jesus and his gospel. Let's jump in. In Matthew 10, Jesus gives his closest followers a special mission and a special authority. He tells them to preach what he has preached and to do what he has done. They are to announce the arrival of God's kingdom, and they are to heal the sick. But along with this mission comes a list of warnings. People will ignore or reject their message, and they will attack and persecute them as messengers. This mission will cost these disciples more than they can imagine. But 3 different times, Jesus tells them not to be afraid. First, Jesus tells them not to be afraid because everything hidden will be made known. He links their persecution to his. Jesus will be arrested in secret and killed under a cloak of false accusations, but his identity and victory over the grave would not be hidden when he rose from the dead. In the same way, Jesus promises he will reveal final victory out of their most hidden moments of persecution. Second, Jesus reminds the disciples that they will face some who can kill their bodies, but not their souls. Their persecutors can only do so much. Jesus promises that those who lose their life for his sake will ultimately find it. They don't have to be afraid because Jesus can bring life out of death. Third and last, Jesus compares God's care for birds to his attentive care for the disciples. They should not fear because God will care for them far more than he provides for birds. This mission is a living picture of salvation and judgment through Jesus. Those who receive the disciples' message have peace come upon them, but the disciples shook the dust off their feet from houses and towns that rejected the gospel. This was a symbol of the uncleanliness that remained there, a promise that judgment would come. The same offer remains for us today. If we believe the message of the gospel, we have peace between ourselves and God through Jesus. But if we do not believe, we stand unclean and condemned. Jesus makes an incredible promise to do what only he can do, to vouch for anyone who has faith in him before his Father. This is good news because we cannot justify ourselves before God, but through faith in Jesus, we have a Savior who will proclaim us righteous before God. Now Jesus has called we who believe this gospel to go out as disciples. We are to share the good news and do the good works that Jesus did. We need not fear rejection because God has already accepted us in Jesus. We need not fear persecution because even in death we will find life. And we need not fear scarcity